Okay, and
Correct.
yeah, so you have to do annual review because you want to retain the talent in the organization. Say if you hire, say you have a compensation cycle starting from Jan to December, you might have hired a guy in July. But if you're not going to do any compensation review for 1.5 years for to that guy will leave the organization, right? So in order to keep the talent, you will be doing your annual reviews frequently, or at least based on their anniversary date, guys, or the hire dates. And your success factor compensation module will handle multiple currencies. This is one of the feature of your success factor compensation management, guys. Okay, and usually this situation where you end up in using multiple currencies, like if you have a global rollout, okay, when you have employees in different regions, that is where you are going to use multiple currencies, and you can switch between your functional currency. Your functional currency is nothing but your headquartered currency, guys. Say you have a headquartered in North America, usually you have a functional currency as USD, but the same organization might have branches in different, like say India or UK. So employees in India, they want to see their compensation review happen in INR, okay, and UK guys wants to see in pounds. So like that, you can do this compensation review in whichever currency that you are interested. And basically you have to remember this is functional currency, which is called the headquartered currency, and these INR all called as local currencies, guys. You can configure what is going to be your functional currency, what are the local currencies that you are going to use in your compensation review. You can configure in your success factor system, guys. Okay, and one more important thing is like whether you are using, you are carrying out the compensation review for employees. So out of this, what is your benchmark? Say in your organization, for a success factor consultant, you might be already getting 125K per annum. And benefits, forget about your benefits, guys. Say 125K per annum, you are getting 125K per annum. But how can your compensation planner can take a decision? Say 125K might be already at the higher end for your organization, but how you can organization say that 125K is at a higher end or at a lower end, or how can they take the decision, or how can they retain the talent? Usually they'll depend on the third party vendors who are going to provide this information. What is the salary for different positions in an organization, guys? There are a lot of vendors, and what the two of the principles these vendors will follow is comp ratio and your range penetration, guys. So one of them is like your comp ratio, sorry guys, and another is your range penetration. So these two principles will help you to determine for a particular position in your organization, whatever the salary that you are offering is with respect to the industry, is it good enough, or it is following below, it is following low in the lower end of the scale, or it is above the higher end of the scale. So it will help your organization to come up for a particular position, what is the scale that we can offer, what is the salary range that we can offer, so that we can retain the talent in the organization. At the same time, you can attract the other guys into the organization, or you can hire new guys into the organization. So basically how your comparison range penetration are different, but both the things are going to help you to do these activities, guys. But there is minor difference between your comparison and range penetration. Okay, in the case of comp ratio, what happens is like you will get from industry or say third party vendors, you will get a minimum, median, and maximum values. So take the case of a SF consultant. So the minimum industry is offering for this SF consultant is 100K USD per annum, and the medium, whatever the survey they have done or like whatever the metrics they calculated, the median is going to be like say 110 USD per annum. Say on the upper hand, the maximum is going to be like say 120 USD per annum. In that case, okay, you're say in my organization, I'm going to compare my consultant's salary with this scale, guys. So that is what I am going to do. Okay, say if I am offering 75K only, which means that we are giving 25% less than the market value. See, okay, no, not 25%, guys. It is more than 25% because you are going to compare with the median value. Probably it will be somewhere around 72 or 70%. Sorry, this is a 75K. So you will be offering, okay, 28% less than the industry standard. Let me do this like this, guys. Okay. So now you are offering, if your organization is offering 75K USD per annum, which means that you are offering 25 less than the market value, 25% less than the market value. Say you are already paying them 125K USD per annum, which means that you are offering more than 25% of what industry is offering for that particular position. How these decisions will help you is, see, if you are already paying an employee a salary of 125K, which means that he is already at the upper end. You cannot increase his base salary again and again, which means that the moment you increase the base salary, you end up in providing like percentage of bonus on the base salary. You will be doing a lot of things on the base salary, right? In that case, what you will be doing, like you will be going for a lump sum payment as a one-time thing without adjusting their base salary, or you can adjust that amount into their bonus as well. Rather than increasing his base salary, you can provide the lump sum components or one-time payments. Okay, that is where this comparison and range penetration is going to help you. Let's say if you are offering only 75K per annum, which is 25% below the market value, yes, in that case, instead of giving him lump sum or instead of giving him bonus, you can adjust his salary, you can adjust his merit. Okay, that is where these things are going to help you. So especially how you are going to calculate, there is a formula to calculate your comp ratio. Okay, how you are going to calculate your comp ratio is, you will be doing that by your salary divided by range midpoint, guys. What are the range that has been provided by the third party vendors? This is how you are going to calculate the comp ratio. Say the outcome of this is exactly 1, which means that you are giving as per the industry standard. Say the outcome of this is sorry guys. Say the outcome of this is like 0.7%, which means that you are giving below the industry standard. So like that, you have to calculate the comp ratio, guys. And the same, it is the range penetration is going to work in the same fashion. So in the case of range penetration, what happens is like you don't have a minimum, maximum, median. What you will get is a, for every position, okay, you're going to get a minimum and maximum value. So minimum and maximum, these are the only two things that you're going to receive from the third party vendor. And how you're going to calculate your range penetration is, it is going to be like your current salary minus range, minimum range provided, and this is going to be divided by, let me put like this, guys. Range maximum minus range minimum. This is how you are going to calculate the range penetration, guys. So either of these things you can utilize in your organization, guys. It's not only one thing that you have to use, either of these things you can utilize in your organization. Okay, say how you are going to utilize this. Let's say your current salary is, say your current salary is 100K and the minimum range provided, let's say 75K. and hold on, the minimum, say the maximum range maximum is like say 125k, and the minimum is that has been what is provided is 75k. So with this calculation you will end up in, and it is going to be always a percentage, guys, sorry. Okay, so with this calculation you will end up in somewhere, oops, so 25 50.5, which means that it is going to 50%, which means that in the range that has been provided by the third party vendor, you are penetrating 50% into that particular scale, which is not a bad thing, guys, which is really, I would say, as per industry you are getting what industry is offering. On an average, whatever the industry is offering, you are getting that. Okay, that is how you are going to calculate your range penetration. In both the things you can see you'll be ending up at getting it a percentage. Okay, so based on that outcome, your compensation planners will take the decision whether to increase their merit, their salary, or adjust their lump sum, or adjust their bonus as a one-time payment. Rather than increasing their base salary, they'll be doing the one-time payments. Okay. and over top of that you can have bonus. You can write your guidelines for your bonus, and you can write your guidelines for your merit, lump sum payment, all those things you can write your guidelines, because guidelines are nothing but simple rules that we are going to write in your compensation module. Okay, and let me jump onto the compensation module of your success factor system, then I'll show, let me show you guys how it looks like, then we'll jump onto the configuration part. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so this is administration tools, right? As a consultant, we'll be configuring the compensation modules from this particular page, guys. You can see compensation, and if you go to this actions for all plans, and you can see these are the different compensation plan templates, guys. So as I told you, each year you might be creating one compensation plan template, and how your compensation plan template looks like is, you can see this is how you are going to configure your compensation plan template. This is the name of the compensation plan template. You can design your compensation plan template. You can write your guidelines, your budget allocation, eligibility conditions, your rating sources, integration with your performance, or loading your employees performance details. So you can manage who is going to be act as compensation planners, who is going to have executive review permissions, and you are going to launch the compensation worksheet using this manage worksheets. Okay, once you're done with the compensation review, you are going to generate the compensation statements to the employees. You'll be doing that from here, guys. So this is how you are going to configure the compensation. This is the place where you are going to do the configuration. Okay, we are just starting, guys. Don't think that we are done with the compensation. I'm just giving an overview of how it is going to be done. So as a consultant, you'll be doing this configuration, but how the compensation worksheet is going to look like for a compensation planner. So once you launch the compensation worksheet to the compensation planners, and in the compensation planner compensation module, they will be able to see the compensation worksheet, guys. So how this compensation worksheet looks like is, let me proxy into Alan Thompson, guys. He might have some compensation worksheet with him.
This is Sharmi. What was this proxy, Alan Thomas? Could you?
The proxy is like what do you call? Instead of logging in as an administrator, we can log into the employees' accounts, Charmy. Say if they have a trouble, they'll raise a support ticket to you, right? So in order to see what is going on their account, right, you can proxy into their account, see like what is happening in their account. Or like say if you are not available in the office, And in your absence, if someone else wants to carry out your task, right, say there might be an important task that is pending in your account, someone else should be able to finish the task, right? So in that case,
Okay.
as an administrator, I can give the other employee your account access, so they don't need to put your credentials. They can just proxy in using the way that I showed you, right? They can just proxy into your account. They can finish the task, Charmi.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of delegation, but it's not like the same delegation, Charmi.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now I'm in Alan Thompson's account, right? Let me go to the compensation module of Alan Thompson, guys. And this is how the employees will access their modules. Only the consultants will see the admin center. Rest of the employees will see their goals, performance, calibration, whatnot, like what are the modules that you activated, right? It depends on what are the modules that you activated. They'll be able to see the different modules here. Let's say for time being, we are interested in the compensation, right? Let me go to the compensation, guys. And there are a couple of compensation worksheets. Let me open one of them.